Welcome to Southside Garage and welcome to part 4 of the Harley Burnout bike. Just before we get started, I wanted to thank two very good friends of mine, Jamie and Aaron, for the early Christmas presents, the air compressor and a tool chest of tools. That was a very kind gesture, guys. Thank you very much for that. So, over to the bike now. What we're going to be doing today is we'll assemble the air cleaner on there. I've already washed the element and dried it. Just got to spray it with some filter oil. We're going to hook up the vacuum advance for the timing. This is our fuel tank for the time being while we're still sorting out the wiring. We just put a bit of petrol in here, under there, and then just bottle feed the carby. It works for the time being. Saves taking the tank on and off each time. And plus I want to pull the petcock out of the tank and clean it and so on, and have a look at doing this conversion mod to get rid of the vacuum operated diaphragm out of it. Over this side, not sure what I'm going to do about a battery yet, whether I'm going to get one to go back in there like it did from the factory, or if I'm going to put one on the outside here, off the swing arm possibly. I guess that probably that probably relies upon whether the charging system is working. If the charging system is working on it, I'll probably just go back with the standard battery and back into there. I didn't really want to because it's good to keep an open space like that where you can work on the wires and so on. But if a battery's got to go back in there, well, so be it. If that's the best option at the time. We'll drain the engine oil out just through this hose here. Just pull that off and drain the engine oil. I'll drain the primary oil. It's just a bung at the back here, not to be confused with the primary chain adjustment, which is a little bit further forward. We will be adjusting the primary chain and obviously put in new oil, the primary cover, and we'll whip that derby cover off as well, and we'll adjust the clutch. We've got a new filter to go back on there, oil filter. Fill her up with some new engine oil, and then we could probably get after this wiring then. So anyway, one step at a time, we'll get that done and bring us back. Actually, before I get started on replacing the oils, I'm actually just going to pull this oil tank off and give it a good clean out. So I just took the cover off here too to have a look at the drive pulley, make sure we're all good there. And so we'll just rip these clips off of here and get this oil tank out and get it cleaned out. And then we will reassemble and put the primary oil in, the engine oil in, and so on, the things I mentioned earlier. Okay, we've got the oil tank out. We've given her a good clean out. She's ready to go back in. So what we'll just do today is whip our inspection cover off for the primary chain and just check the tension there, and then we'll just refill the primary oil back through that same little hole there. And once we run it for a while too, that's probably an ideal time to do a clutch adjustment after that, and it'll give me time to clean some of this rust off this cable here. We might even find a new one somewhere. Just checking the primary chain tension now. Yep, that's good enough for me. So, as mentioned before, we'll leave the clutch adjustment for another day. So there's no need to take that derby cover off at this stage until we get all that cleaned up there when we can move that adjuster. But also too, it'll be beneficial to run it for a while in the new oil and so on before we adjust the clutch anyway. We'll get a lot more accurate. So we'll leave that for another day. We'll throw our oil in through that hole there and bung the cover back on, and that'll be the primary side of it done. So we'll put 1 litre of oil in the primary case now, just through this funnel and hose in through the inspection cover for the primary chain. So we'll get that out of there, put the inspection cover back on, and then we'll move on to the engine oil. I'm just going to prime the filter. I'll tip a bit of oil in there before I put it on, and 3 litres in the oil tank. Okay, so the air filter's been cleaned and oiled. We've got engine oil back in, motor. Primary oil's back in. Okay, what we're going to do next is we're going to fuel her up, gas the carby up a bit there, and then we're going to fire it up and check the charge rate, if any, from the charging system and see where we're at there. I did test the charging system earlier when I had it running, and it is working. We're going to wrap part 4 up here, and I'll catch you on part 5. Thanks for watching.